Hi, everyone, and welcome to our presentation on Mindvalley University. This is for all of you who are excited about Mindvalley University and wanted to learn a little bit more about this project, how the project runs, and what you can expect. So I'm excited to have you all here. We have about 400 people joining us, and thank you for making time on this busy Wednesday. I'm just going to give a few moments for a couple more people to trickle in, and we'll begin shortly. In the meanwhile, go ahead to the comments and just add a little comment. Let us know where you're from. Let us know if you've attended Mindvalley University before, and if there's any message that you want to share to people who are thinking about attending. Oh, and it's so nice to see people here from the Netherlands, such as someone there from Utrecht, as well as folks from all around the world, India, the USA, Canada, Estonia, which is where I am right now. Okay, we're at 600 people, so let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you on a tour of Mindvalley University. I'm going to explain the recent rebrand of the project. We're going to talk about what you'll experience, and then for those of you who want to apply to be a speaker, so Mindvalley University has something really unique about it. Yes, we bring in incredible speakers from the Mindvalley portfolio of best-selling authors, but we also give space for members of our community to get on stage and share. And every year we choose between 50 to 75 members of our community. And this is how we discover talent. Reagan Hillier, who was a #1 author last year, was discovered that way. Marissa Peer was discovered that way, as was Jeffrey Allen, as was Niraj Naik, Juan Pablo Barahona. All of these are Mindvalley legends. They have programs which are perpetually in the top 10 on Mindvalley, yet they were all discovered on our community stage. And so, after giving you information on Mindvalley University, for those of you who are hoping to share your wisdom on stage and want to apply to speak, I'm going to go a little bit deeper on that and show you how we also use Mindvalley University as a talent incubator. So you guys ready? Now, we're also going to have the Q&A option open on this Zoom. And you guys know how Zoom works. So if you have a question, go ahead and post it in the Q&A. Or if you see a question that you feel is really good and you want to upvote it, you can go ahead and do that too. All right, let's begin. So I want to start with some quick logistical information. This is the first time we're doing Mindvalley University in Amsterdam. It's a beautiful city, absolutely stunning place to be. And it's one of those cities that many people who have visited say is absolutely unforgettable. Now, something really interesting about Amsterdam, right? Mindvalley U starts on Monday, August 4th, but the week before is actually widely considered to be the funnest week in Amsterdam. It is the week of the Amsterdam Gay Pride Parade. I have cousins who live in Amsterdam, and they say it's a week of festivals, of incredible concerts, music. The canals of Amsterdam are turned into a parade ground with floats on boats. And if you happen to come to Mindvalley U, and if you can come a few days earlier, I strongly recommend that you come to Amsterdam, say around August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, so you can catch the tail end of the Pride Parade. It is considered widely as one of the best Pride parades in all of Europe. So that's another reason to come all the way to Amsterdam. Now, we recently changed the name of the project from Mindvalley University to Mindvalley U, and I wanted to play this video to give you an idea why.
In Mindvalley, we've always believed the real magic isn't in a space, it's in you. You are the ones who rise above limitations and choose to be extraordinary. You are unstoppable, unapologetic in your pursuit of transformation, unwavering in your commitment to growth. You are the force that ignites change, breaking barriers and unlocking untapped potential. This is Mindvalley U. You aren't just attending, you're becoming. To the undefeatable, to the unique, to the unwavering, to the unafraid, to the unapologetic, to the ones who unite, to the undoing of the old you, to the ultimate. This was never about university. It was always about you.
So we decided to change the name to Mindvalley University because we really felt that to Mindvalley U, because we really felt that the word you encapsulated what this is about. This is really about you, our community. And one of the things we really believe in is that the community is what makes the company. We dropped the word university because we felt that university carried too much baggage. And especially in this world of exponential technologies, universities are not necessarily the epitome
in Mindvalley
anymore. So what is the Mindvalley U experience like? Well, this video will give you an idea. Now, someone is saying they can see my full desktop screen. Let me actually, is that true? Did I share wrong? Okay, let me try this again. Thank you. So now we can make it more targeted. Sorry about that. Okay, now you should be able to see just the video. Okay, let's begin.
Imagine if going to university was not 4 years, but was 1 month every year. This is Mindvalley's vision of university. And it's nothing like you would expect.
What makes this tribe super unique is that these people are very, very, very heart-centered, but they're playing a really big game when it comes to their lives. It's such an incredible tribe.
You know, with all the negativity in the world and the politics of the world, you know, we feel like we're alone. I think there's a lot of us that if we unite, we realize that we are the changers, we're unstoppable, and we can make the world a better place.
So I hope that gives you an idea of what Mindvalley University is about. I want to stop sharing for a moment and just speak from the heart. Mindvalley University is like a cross between Burning Man and Web Summit. It's impossible to put in a box. And the reason it's impossible to put in a box is because it's co-created with the community. So Mindvalley itself spans so many dimensions of learning. and we will bring in 40 to 50 teachers. But then everyone who comes gets a unique app. And on the app, you can see the faces, the profiles, the bios of everyone else attending, and you can do two things. You can actually create your own event. So you can apply to speak, and if you get accepted, we put you on one of our main stages. But even if you don't get accepted, you can go to the app and say, hey, I'm going to run a cacao ceremony at this particular yoga studio at this time. I'm going to do a men's workshop in this particular location at that time. And there were so many occasions where members of our community came and co-created with us. There was this one girl from Australia. She decided with her husband to do a cacao ceremony. So she rented a yoga studio. She wasn't big enough, so although she applied, she didn't end up being selected for a community stage. That cacao ceremony, 250 people attended. So the next year, we put her on the community stage. She got a standing ovation. So the next year, we signed her as an author. Her name is Reagan Hillier. Last year, she was the #1 author on Mindvalley and earned over $1 million in royalty in 1 year. Then there was this guy from Spain, and he came to Mindvalley U. He applied to speak, and he didn't really make the cut. Doesn't mean he's not good or anything. It's just that we have a lot of applicants. So he decided to do something really generous. During one of the evenings on the weekend when there was nothing happening, he decided to rent. So this was in Mindvalley University in Croatia. He decided to rent a fortress on a hill. And in this fortress, he created an alcohol-free rave party. No alcohol, just mushroom elixirs. By the way, legal mushrooms. Let me just get that straight. So we're talking about things like lion's mane and ashwagandha that helps you relax. And so legal mushrooms. And he really loved breathwork. So he also combined breathwork. So people would be dancing. He was a DJ. And then he'd have them pause and do breathwork. His name is Niraj Naik. And he came back again and again. We signed him. And today, Niraj Naik is the breathwork teacher on Mindvalley. And his breathwork school, Soma Breathwork, just got validated by Oxford and is widely considered the #1 breathwork modality in the world. These are just a few stories, and the stories are incredible. So the point is, even if I want you to apply for the community stage, because you'll be sharing the stage with so many incredible people, but even if you don't get selected because of this app, I want you to co-create with us, to trust what you feel in your heart, what you feel in your soul is pushing you to step out and share. And maybe it's a cacao ceremony because you want comfortable speaking on stage. Maybe you're a musician and you just want to find a way to perform. Co-create with us. People use this app to create meetups where they go through their life book with other members in a local cafe. They use it to find friends to maybe go out for dinner with. The principle we have is no money exchange is allowed. So it's like Burning Man. In Burning Man, you buy a ticket, and once you're in Burning Man, there is no exchange of money. You give as a gift. It's a gifting economy. It's the same with Mindvalley U. When Reagan and her then husband, Juanpa, did that cacao ceremony, I think it cost them about $300 or $400. And then they had to rent the studio, probably another 400 euros. But now as signed Mindvalley authors, their business has absolutely exploded. I believe in karma, and I believe in giving. And so Mindvalley U is this incredible opportunity to give. If you watched that video, you would have noticed there was a scene when these young Indian, South Asian girls were brought on stage. Those are actually children from the slums of Bangladesh. These are kids who grew up in dirt, in poverty. We sponsored 22 of them to come and attend Mindvalley University. And why did we do that? Because in our children's program, we don't just want your kids to meet other kids from privileged families. We want your kids to meet refugee children. We want your kids to meet children who grew up in slums. We want your kids to see how gratitude really works when they understand just how lucky they are to grow up with parents who can afford to come to something like Mindvalley U. So it's very deliberate. Mindvalley U is a giant group manifesting vortex. That's where the magic comes from. So let's go further. And I want to show you some of the other things, okay, that you can experience. From the beginning, this event was created around community.
The most impactful thing.
So I want to show you another video. And this video is what happened last year. So you saw a video which kind of describes Mindvalley U. Let's look at what was last year like. This is our after movie.
The most impactful thing you can do for the world is learn how to love life. All of life. Show people that being happy doesn't mean turning a blind eye to the pain and the sadness and the suffering that happens. Show them that choosing love doesn't mean ignoring fear. It just means being willing to feel.
Because we suffer from an epidemic of loneliness and we need to find community to feel connected. And Mindvalley creates that community that makes you feel like you're never alone.
With Mindvalley, it's going to be epic. Mindvalley attracts a very brilliant, active, hungry entrepreneur and a learner because it introduced the coexistence of massive growth and massive fun.
Okay, so for those of you who said, where do I sign up? Mindvalley.com/U. I want to answer some quick questions which are coming up really fast in the chat. Children's program, week 1 is sold out. We still have a few spaces for week 2, but even week 2, last I checked, is 95% sold out. That is not an exaggeration. So we only have room for maybe like 5 or 6 additional kids. The children's program, we don't get to scale it as much as the adults program because the children require so much support. Okay. Also in the chat, Almarissa, I'm seeing Almarissa's on my team. I'm seeing that Almarissa is saying, please avoid spam or sharing links. Almarissa, stop posting that. Just kick anyone who is unruly out. Okay. No apologies needed. This is for people who are interested in learning about Mindvalley U. Spammers, just kick them out. You don't have to ask twice or apologize. Now, Mindvalley U has won numerous awards. Gold Award, Best Educational Event category, Gold Community Engagement Event category, Bronze People Choice, and this is by Eventex, which awards events around Europe. So it's been globally recognized for the quality of experience that it is. Now, it's happening in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, Amsterdam. Have any of you been there? If you have, share your thoughts on Amsterdam in the chat. Amazing, isn't it? So we were able to secure the biggest conference center in Amsterdam. Now, here's what really happened. We booked that conference center in 2020 for MVU, but then COVID hit and we had to cancel all our events for 2 years. And this year, that same conference center came back to us. You know, they felt so sorry because we lost a ton of money when we had to cancel everything. And so we were able to negotiate a really good rate. And thus, this is the baddest, boldest venue we've ever had Mindvalley U in. Now, a couple of things about Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, you have to find your own accommodations. The good thing about the city is it's a walking city. So so traveling, moving around is really easy. Accommodations are just a tad bit trickier, only because Amsterdam has really strict Airbnb rules. If you have an apartment in Amsterdam, you can only put it up for maybe 1 month of the year. Thus, book your Airbnb fast. But even if not, you can always get a hotel room. Now, this year we introduced something new. We introduced 3-day tickets. So you can come to attend Mindvalley. If you can't attend for an entire week, you can attend for 3 days. The venue is Beurre Van Bellage. This is not the best picture of the venue. When you actually go inside, it is stunning. That's what it looks like. Now, the speakers, so many incredible speakers, and there are 3 tracks: adults, teens, kids. Teens and kids, we have room for around 100, but we have room for over 1,500 adults. So it's mostly an adult event. Many teens who are smart, who are gifted, like my son. My son is 17. He's just attending the adult track. Now, the adult track is 100+ sessions over 10 days across 3 stages. So there's the main stage where you have the big Mindvalley speakers. There's a community stage where you have speakers from our community. And some of these speakers are outstanding. Many of our Mindvalley speakers also speak on the community stage. And then there's the embodiment stage. Embodiment stage is where you go for breath work, for meditation. And we've had some incredible speakers there. Last year, for example, we brought this spiritual teacher from Iran, and she was mind-blowing. She was able to just shift the energy of the room. And the embodiment stage is where you go if you want to go into fitness, yoga, things that require you to move your body. Now, the speaking schedule is filling up really fast, and a lot of our speakers, we're moving them around, but this is what is locked in. Every day is a theme, okay? Day 1 is the opening. Day 10 is the closing. In between, we have a day of reinvention, a day on AI, biohacking, manifesting. Saturday, there are no classes. That's where the community comes together. You co-create with the community. But Saturday, we do a massive party, festival style, that you will absolutely love. Okay? Now, we also do an extra party on Thursdays if you have a VIP ticket. So the VIP party, the VIP ticket is a little bit more expensive. I think it's about 50% more expensive, something like that. The VIP party is typically a little bit smaller. It's limited to about 400 people. The main parties that happen on Saturday are about 1,500 people. Now, week 2, we go into relationships and healing, future-proofing, influence, wealth, closing, and then, of course, the big closing party. Now, what you're seeing here is only half the speakers. This is about to double. It's just that it's still 2 months away. A lot of the speakers are still confirming the exact day they are speaking on. But many of our speakers come for 3 or 4 days. Now, one of the things that's really interesting is this. At Mindvalley U, speakers waive their speaking fee. I get paid $100,000 plus to speak at any other event. I speak at Mindvalley U for just the room and board. Many speakers do that. The reason is because the speakers have an incredible time. We deliberately change the concept of how an event runs. I love the concept of democracy. So what we create at Mindvalley U is there's no backstage, okay? The speakers sit in the audience. Now, you can buy on a VIP ticket, you get the front row seats. Obviously, the speakers are sitting in the front, but if you're a VIP ticket holder, you're basically sitting in the audience with the speakers. And then the speakers are so excited about the parties and the celebrations because they are so good. The speakers show up to the Into the Future party, the Roaring 1920s party. But again, there's a lot of people there. If you have a VIP ticket, you're more likely to, bump into Marissa Pierre or me at the VIP parties on Thursday. These are limited to 400 people. We typically have 50 to 60 speakers at these parties because they have such a good time. In fact, because the hierarchy between speaker and attendee is blurred, at Mindvalley U, many speakers actually end up meeting some of their close friends. One of my closest friends is a guy called Jimmy. I met him at Mindvalley U. He was just in the audience. We just happened to hit it off because we had so much in common. We ended up traveling to 5 countries together. And so it is such a beautiful community because the speakers stay with you. I'm there with you. I'll be at the social minglers or anything, unless I have to work a late night, because I'm also part of the group that's planning it. But you'll bump into the speakers in Burvan Village, the community center. You'll bump into the speakers on the stages. You'll bump into the speakers at the parties, and it's just a great way to truly connect to people. These are many of the speakers who are coming. The list is growing and growing. We have, in addition to regular Mindvalley names, we have amazing speakers like Prince EA, who's one of the top social media viral phenomenons, Roxy Nafusi, whose book Manifest sold over 1 million copies. We have speakers from all across the world, Ite Talgam, who's an Israeli opera conductor, Ken Honda, who's coming from Japan. He teaches money mindset. And some of these speakers, by the way, were actually discovered at Mindvalley U. You see this lady in the center, Dawn Hong? She was a community speaker last year, and now she's blowing up all over the Mindvalley circuit. More information on her later. We try to create a great diversity of speakers by bringing in speakers from across the world. For example, Sensei Zen Take from Japan, Brendan Kane from London. I know that's not as exotic as Japan, but you get the idea. Now, first weekend of Mindvalley U, we're actually hosting an open summit. And this is just a bonus event where this is an event where some of our speakers who are already going to be in Amsterdam, they're just going to get on stage and share a favorite 20-minute idea globally with the Mindvalley audience. This one is free. So if you don't get to attend Mindvalley U, you can still watch this for free. But if you are at Mindvalley U, you can basically attend in the audience, okay? And by the way, if you want the schedule, that is the link. Someone said, will there be people coming who are in their 20s? Yes, Mindvalley U has people from all age groups. Literally, we have 6-year-olds participating in it. I started this when my daughter was 6. My daughter was part of the 6-year-old class of Mindvalley U. So how can you contribute to the agenda? This is where you can apply to be a speaker. Okay, that it will link to this form, and simply fill out the form, put up a quick 3-minute video so we see your speaking style and so on, and you are good to go. Our youth programs are designed for kids who want to experience growth. So I created Mindvalley U, honestly, for my children. I found that just living in one city wasn't giving them the exposure that they needed. So as a family, me, the mother of my children, Christina, and my 2 kids, we decided to move to Barcelona one day for a month and just experience the city. And we thought it would be really cool if there were other kids and other parents who joined us. So this was 2016. And I put up a post on Facebook and I said, moving to Barcelona for a month. And I'm thinking it'll be great if other families moved with us. And we got to mastermind. I want to meet other entrepreneurs. I want to make new friends. I was living in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia back then. So I was all the way on the other part of the world. Now I thought maybe a couple of people would show up. 300 people moved to Barcelona with me and my kids. Among them, Lisa Nichols, celebrities like that Tony Gonzalez, who's one of the top 100 NFL players in the world. They literally just moved to Barcelona. They brought their kids, and I remember, there we were in Barcelona. Tony Gonzalez, who's, if you're American, you watch football, you know Tony Gonzalez. He was just there, just hanging out with people, buying ice cream for people, giving talks on bravery, and then later in an interview, Tony Gonzalez said Mindvalley University is the best holiday he ever had with his kids. Okay, so that's why we have a kids program. And so now the kids program has evolved. By the way, that's my son. I created it for him, and my daughter. She's somewhere in one of these pictures. And so you can enroll your children as well, but just a few more spots left. Okay, so these are some videos of what parents say about the kids program. I'm going to skip this because it's going to sell out by the end of this week.
Hi, everyone. My name is Srali.
And that's not peer pressure or anything. That's just the fact. Okay, now, this is what the kids program looks like.
You
so the big
feel
teachers
like
could come in,
you
like
are
Marissa
an
here.
adult and you're like in a
bring them to come
conference,
and also speak
but
to the
you're
kids.
actually a kid.
Like, the people who are going to save the world are our generation, you know? Like, this is school. This is how school should be taught. I've learned more now than I have in a lot of months in school combined.
I'm grateful for meditation. Whenever I get mad, I just go in a corner and take 5 breaths, then I meditate for 5 minutes, then I go out and solve my problem.
So the reason we have this kids program at Mindvalley University is because as a father, I was looking for a conference that I could attend with my children. Now I know that sounds crazy, but get this. I wanted my kids to be able to go on these learning adventures with me, to get access to great speakers. And so we thought, what if we could create an incredible event where parents could transform their lives, mind, body, health, wellness, relationships, but also bring their kids along. Now, in the kids program at Mindvalley University, the children learn things that traditional schooling will never teach them. And these include entrepreneurship, it includes confidence, it includes self-esteem, wellness, exercise, and most of all, they learn to believe in themselves because they are surrounded by adults who are doing extraordinary things. And when kids are exposed to adults like that, they grow up in a world that has no limitations. I did this for my children, and really excited by how it's going. My daughter has become more confident than ever, and they're having the most incredible time.
It's a safe space, you know. It's family. It's family.
My name is Gigi Marquez. I am originally from Colombia, and I am lead for youth programs at Mindvalley University. Okay, Mindvalley runs a kids program because
Okay, I'm going to stop there. So there was a kid over there who said, this is family. So I'm going to tell you the story of this kid. So this is Daniel. Daniel went on to be listed in, to have an article written about him in Forbes. He's attended Mindvalley U 5 years in a row, speaks 5 languages, and has written 3 books before the age of 17. Okay, so these are just some incredible stories. Now, this is crazy. Danielle Ruffin, I met her in the street. She came and told me this story. At Mindvalley U, so she came for 3 weeks. She lost 15 kilograms and decided to end a toxic marriage. So this is why immersion, sometimes you need something that is longer than 3 days. Look, it's so comfortable to be able to attend an event in 3 days. You get bored, you leave, boring speakers. Mindvalley, no. Like we tell you, don't try to attend every talk. People try to attend every talk because the speakers are so damn good. But when you're there in an immersion for 1 week, 2 weeks, shifts happen. And you release a lot of stuff that might be holding you back, as in this case of Danielle. This is Niraj Naik. He came to Mindvalley U. He met his mentors. He met his investor. He got to test out his techniques. Today, he's a Mindvalley author. Rachel Pringle, another talent. Rachel was here in Estonia because she was married to an Estonian, and she was a volunteer facilitator at Mindvalley U, unpaid. And today, she's a Mindvalley author. Stephen Posner, he's seen his kids grow and glow. This lady, Kanika, my learning and growth was compressed from 1 year to 10 days, and I witnessed a unique form of magic. Ben Greenfield, the longevity pioneer, he's come to Mindvalley U. He's an amazing father, and he said, it's honestly unlike everything I've ever experienced. I really don't think anything like MBU exists. Okay, and you can read tons and tons and tons of stories about Mindvalley U right here on the website. And some of these stories are just really incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, there's Tony Gonzalez, NFL Hall of Famer, right? You can read the article where he says it is the best holiday he's ever taken in his life. And many of our speakers are authors. Many of these people are well-known individuals, and they come and their lives transform at Mindvalley U. And very accomplished people come. This guy, Munib, Canadian Entrepreneur of the Year, 2017. One of the smartest people I've met. Naveen Jain has come the last 2 years in a row. Billionaire, first private citizen to put a robot on the moon. Palma Augustina, if you watch Disney Channel in Spanish, you might recognize her. She's a well-known Argentinian actress. All of these amazing people come to Mindvalley U, and they are just there in the community, just hanging out. So we don't do things like formal networking or anything of that sort. Rather, we believe in energy and vibe. When you come to Mindvalley U, you basically set an intention. What are you looking to expand into? What are you looking to release? What are you looking to allow in your life? And you let the magic unfold. Okay, now let's talk about the fun part, the parties. So the week looks like this. So August 4th is Monday. Every Monday we have a social, and everybody comes together in a big venue, and it's just fun. It's just fun. It's mingling. There are the activities. It's like a giant community gathering in one bar or neighborhood. And then every Thursday is the VIP party. A little bit more dress up, 400 people. This is where you get to, just come and meet really, really amazing folks. And then everyone, 1,000 plus, come together at the Saturday celebration. Okay, so the weekly socials, they're happening every Monday. On Cloud 9, this is what first class and VIP ticket holders get. So you may be wondering, what is a first class ticket? First class ticket gets you a dinner with all of the Mindvalley authors, whoever are there when we do our author dinner on Tuesday. Our author dinner has always been a tradition at Mindvalley. We bring all our authors, and we wanted to raise money for Mindvalley U, because you can tell a project like this is not cheap to put on. So we, at every author dinner now, we have around 40 authors, and if you have a first class ticket, you get everything in the VIP ticket, but you also get to attend the author dinner. And this is where you get to connect with Paul McKenna, Marissa Pierre, myself, and there are only 12 first class tickets for week 1, only 12 for week 2. Okay, on Cloud 9, that's the VIP party. All our VIP parties come with a really nice theme, so you want to go shopping beforehand. And into the future is a futuristic party. Now, if you've been to a Mindvalley party, you know what it's like. And by the way, all our events, it's not some of you guys have a bad idea of the word party, because you probably went to college in the 90s like I did, and partying means to get drunk. At Mindvalley parties, we actually serve a lot of alcohol-free drinks. A lot of people just drink water. It's a very healthy crowd. Alcohol is really not that big a deal at our parties. Energy is what we get high on, and music. And the music is incredible. It's very conscious music. And so I'm not a drinker. And as a result, I guess I just kind of designed these to not really be a party that is about losing your inhibitions with alcohol. Rather, it's about intentional connection and celebration. And because we love style, you are part of that party because you come in costume. And the kids come as well. So all of these parties have children running around. The reason for that is because I learned from Naveen Jain. So Naveen Jain, he raised incredible kids. His son just became a billionaire. His son founded Built. And I asked Naveen, like, how did you raise your kids so well? And he says, I would take my kids to all of the adult conferences I would go to. So they got to mingle with people who had no ceiling in their mind of what is possible. And that's why all my children ended up going to Ivy League schools. All my children started companies before they were 30 worth multi-millions of dollars. And that's why his son, at 34, just became a billionaire. So week 2, same deal. There's a social. Summer by the Park. This is the VIP party, first class and VIP ticket holders. Beautiful party that we're having in an outdoor park, Park Zuid in Amsterdam. And again, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful dress-up event, so you want to go shopping. And we have photographers everywhere who will capture all of your photos. So a lot of you will end up in photos. We release thousands of photos every few days at Mindvalley U. Then finally, the big public party, our community voted for this, is the Roaring 20s. This is a great Gatsby-style party. And so little secret here. I used to be really into swing dancing way back when I worked at Microsoft in 1998 in Seattle. And I frickin' love Gatsby parties. So put on your swing dancing shoes because I am going to be making all of you people swing dance. And even the kids dress up as little gangsters. Okay, the Agenda app is coming soon, and from the Agenda app, you get to also co-create with us. You can host a meetup. You can host a cacao ceremony. You can decide to teach yoga. You can apply to be a speaker. Now, some practical information. Don't forget to bring clothes for every weather. Bring a personal yoga mat if you love taking part in embodiment sessions. And a lot of these things you can just buy from Amsterdam. Amsterdam's a really tight city. In fact, there's a whole shopping district just a 6-minute walk from the location of MVU with all the usual stores, Zara, H&M, plus lots of other really cool stores, okay? There's a comprehensive attendee guide. Take a photo of that. You can download it there. Okay, early bird tickets are sold out. Our current tickets are selling out fast. This is the ticket pricing. If you are a Mindvalley member, you get $400 off your ticket. Just search your email, look for your Mindvalley U discount, and search that it's on the website. Let me show you. There's a specific search string that you got to search for. So you go to get your tickets. Okay, check your inbox and search for the word Excalibur. And so Mindvalley membership is around 400. You're basically getting back the cost of your membership, because Mindvalley membership is a benefit program now. You get discounts on all Mindvalley events. All right, so here you have the 3-day ticket price, kids week 1, teen week 1, and then you have adults week 1, adults week 2, adults VIP, and adults first class. And this is where you can buy your tickets. That's all the pricing. Okay, and that's where you go to secure your tickets. That is the end of this presentation, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got all the information you need. Now, let's get to the Q&A. And this is so nice. There are 800 of you here. Okay. So someone said, how do I apply to be a speaker? And does this interfere with volunteering at Mindvalley U? Not at all. Because if you're a speaker, you can ask for a 20-minute speaking slot. Even if you get a 30 or 50-minute speaking slot, just during that time, my team is going to understand. You don't have to be at your volunteer duties. How long does it take to be selected as a speaker? Give my team 2 weeks. Okay? 2 weeks. Any chance you will bring James Mellon to speak? I'm afraid I do not know who James Mellon is. I heard there will be a Wildfit gathering. This is from Nicoletta. There'll be gatherings for all sorts of Mindvalley program enthusiasts. You create your own gathering. So you can go to the app, which we're going to release just a few weeks before the event, and say, Wildfit gathering happening here. Lifebook gathering happening here. Amsterdam is an amazing city with tons of restaurants and cafes. It's European cafe culture at its best. So all you have to do is find a cafe. And you can even do it after you arrive at Mindvalley U. What dates did you say were Pride Week? So I don't want to give you the wrong information, but I know that with my family, we're arriving August 1st because we want to experience the closing days of Pride Week. It's the week before. Does the program include accommodations and meals? No. You have to get your own meals. Meals are not very expensive. I mean, it's very easy to pick up meals in the cafes of Amsterdam. Accommodations, book early. Now, last I checked, accommodations in Amsterdam are significantly cheaper the week of Mindvalley U. Why? Because Pride Week is over. So accommodation prices go up during Pride Week, and then the tourists leave. Some tourists are still there, but it drops. So when you're booking, I suggest if you change your booking date to 3rd onwards, you will likely see much more affordable rates in your hotel. So someone said, are there any other opportunities at Mindvalley U other than being a speaker? Can I be an affiliate? We don't really have an affiliate program, but what you could do is you could be a community organizer. You could decide that you want to hold a men's workshop around a particular topic. Maybe men who I'm just saying this because this is a situation I'm in, men whose children are about to leave for university. And like, I'm starting to feel like my time with my son is running out. And maybe there are other men who feel this way and just want to come and figure out what happens when you become an empty nester. So whatever topic, whatever thing you feel, it would be great to discuss with other people, create a group around it. Are there scholarship opportunities for international students from Africa? We do. As I said, we bring in refugees, we bring in people from the slums, but it's already pre-planned. We don't open it up. We work with institutions, with organizations. What weather can we expect? No idea. Nobody can predict the weather. It may be rainy, it may be sunny. I have no freaking idea, but I can tell you this because I live in Estonia, and right now it's summer. Sometimes we have the most incredible sunlight and everybody wants to be outdoors. Sometimes it's cloudy and moist, and it's still fun. because it's always about the people. All we do is we take our outdoor gatherings, we move them indoors, we have hot tea, we get all cozy, and we do our gatherings indoors. So no matter what happens, there are gathering spaces in Amsterdam. Remember, Amsterdam has been a city, one of the finest cities in the world for the last 1,000 years. They've adapted to the weather at this point. So someone said, if I want to do an event, okay, so firstly, if you're selected as a speaker, we give you a stage. There's no cost to it. Okay, you get on stage. Some of you, like Reagan Hillier did in 2018, may want to rent a yoga studio and do something for the audience. Reagan rented a yoga studio and then held a cacao ceremony. She paid for that herself. It was a way of gifting to the tribe. Okay, so what I said, so to answer Bridget's question, if you need to rent some space, like we said, it's a gifting economy. I remember Regan asking me, can I charge maybe a small $2 fee for the cacao? And I said, yeah, sure, because it's cost, right? You're not allowed to make profit from it. But if you want to say use it to just cover the cost of the rental, that should be fine. But we want everyone to come from a place of giving. So you're not allowed to make even $1 of profit from it. Just like Burning Man principles. Burning Man is more strict. Burning Man is pure gifting. You cannot have any exchange of money. Now, Jacqueline said, I discussed it with one of your staff. Is it possible to facilitate offers from people who can host people in exchange? We don't really do that, but Jacqueline, talk to my staff. It sounds like you already are. Someone said this year, can my 5-year-old come? It's the children's program is 6 and above. Okay, hotel and accommodation connections, we actually have that. We have a whole guide, which we will send you, which gives you links to where you can find hotels and accommodations. Team, could you please ask Christy from my events team to make sure that the attendees get that? I believe after you buy, remember I gave you guys a link to an attendee guide? It's all in there. Okay, and that's it. Someone said, can I come Wednesday to Wednesday? Absolutely. You can come. If you buy a 7-day ticket, it's 7 days, right? So it's Wednesday, you come in on Wednesday, and then your last day is Tuesday the next week. If you buy a 3-day ticket, you can come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or you can come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or you can come Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday is a day. Sunday, nothing is happening. So if you have a 3-day ticket, you can come Friday, attend Saturday, then attend Monday. All right. Thank you, guys. I think we got everything. Now, I'm just going to give you the link to the QR code once more, and we should be good. There you go. But you can also go directly to mindvalley.com/u. Okay, mindvalley.com/u. And on that one website, Mindvalley, our company name, .com/u. On that one website, you'll find everything that you need. Okay, friends and community, thank you so much. I hope I answered all your questions. Thank you, 800 of you, for showing up and expressing interest. This is going to be so much fun. Can't wait to see you guys. All right? By the way, for those of you who are just hanging around, I'd love to know in the chat, is there anything that you feel we can do better in terms of information and getting information out? Anything that you wish we put on our website, or anything that you feel we can do better? You want to paste it in the chat? I just want to read so I can give the feedback to my team. Accommodation, short videos of the event, understanding hotels, okay. Attendee guide. That's good. Going to get all of this feedback to the team. Someone said, is VAT included? When you go to the checkout page, it clearly shows you VAT. It's completely transparent. Yes, in Europe, for anything you buy, you pay VAT. So a checkout page shows you exactly VAT. Someone said, I had no ideas about costumes. We'd never want that to be a worry. The way we do our parties is we make the costumes really easy. And as I said, there's a shopping street just nearby. You can find an H&M, you can find a Zara. The costume theme might be white, may be shiny. You will easily get that from H&M for extremely affordable prices. Okay, shuttle and logistics for the airport. When you arrive at Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, there's a train that takes you downtown, okay? The train station is directly in the center of town. From the train station to Bur van Ballage, where the event is happening, it's a 6-minute walk. You literally can move your luggage with you. It's a 6-minute walk. European cities tend to be very compact. All right, guys, thank you so much.